Qualcomm is about to go crazy again with its next flagship chip, and this time it looks like they're not just making one version. For the first time ever, we could actually see a Pro Snapdragon chip. Yup, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 and Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro. And honestly, the leaks already sound insane. So let's break everything down in very simple English because there's a lot happening here. First, the biggest thing. This chip is expected to be built on TSMC's brand new 2nm process. That is a huge deal. Smaller process usually means two things: better battery life and more power. Basically, phones can run faster without turning into portable ovens. And if these leaks are true, Qualcomm might finally be pushing smartphone chips into laptop-level performance. Now, here's where things get interesting. Instead of using the normal CPU setup we usually see, Qualcomm is apparently changing the design completely. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 is rumored to use a 2+3+3 layout. So that means 2 prime cores, 3 performance cores, and 3 efficiency cores. In simple words, 2 super powerful cores for heavy tasks, 3 balanced cores for gaming and multitasking, and 3 battery-saving cores for normal everyday stuff. This is actually smart because phones today don't always need maximum power every second. People want fast phones, but they also want battery life, and Qualcomm finally seems to understand that balance matters. Now, the craziest part? Leaks are saying this chip could reach almost 5 GHz on a smartphone chip. That is honestly wild. We're getting closer and closer to desktop-class speeds inside phones you can put in your pocket. And because of the new 2nm process, it might actually stay cooler while doing it. Now, let's talk gaming, because gamers are probably going to love this chip. The GPU inside is rumored to be the new Adreno 845, and Qualcomm is apparently improving the graphics system again with something called slice-based architecture. Now, don't worry about the complicated name. What matters is this: better graphics, better efficiency, and smoother gaming. We're also hearing about upgraded cache memory for the GPU. Basically, the graphics chip can access data faster, which helps games run smoother and reduces stuttering. And yes, ray tracing is still here, so mobile games are going to keep looking more and more like console games. Honestly, it's getting scary how powerful phones are becoming. Now, here's something really interesting. The Pro version might introduce something called HPB technology. This is basically advanced thermal management. Simple English, better heat control. And that could be a massive deal. Because right now, one of the biggest problems with powerful phone chips is heat. Phones get hot, performance drops, frame rates become unstable. But if Qualcomm really fixes thermal performance properly this year, that changes everything. Especially for emulation gamers, especially for people playing PC games on Android, especially for long gaming sessions. This could be one of the first Snapdragon chips that actually maintains crazy performance for a long time without throttling hard. Now, let's move to AI, because obviously every company on Earth is obsessed with AI now. Leaks say we'll probably get a much stronger Hexagon NPU. That's basically the AI engine inside the chip. And Qualcomm seems to be focusing heavily on on-device AI, meaning better AI assistance, faster image generation, smarter voice features, better live translations, and more AI processing directly on your phone instead of the cloud. That's important because on-device AI is usually faster and more private. And honestly, with how fast these chips are getting, phones might soon handle AI tasks that used to need laptops. Now, connectivity also sounds crazy. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 is expected to use the Snapdragon X90 modem, and rumors say download speeds could go above 15 gigabits. Now, obviously, real-world speeds will never look like that for most people, but it still shows how powerful the modem is. And Qualcomm is apparently adding AI directly into the modem, which sounds weird at first, but AI can actually help improve signal stability, battery usage, and network performance, so your phone could stay connected better while using less power. Now, memory and storage are getting upgrades too. The standard Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 is expected to keep LPDDR5X RAM, which is already very fast, but storage might jump to UFS 5.0. That means apps should open faster, games should load quicker, and file transfers could become insanely fast. But the real monster might be the Pro version, because leaks say Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro could support LPDDR6 RAM, and that is massive. LPDDR6 is expected to be way faster and more efficient than LPDDR5X. That means better multitasking, faster AI processing, better gaming stability, and potentially better battery life too. Honestly, Qualcomm might be trying to separate the normal version and Pro version much more this year, because right now, the differences between flagship chips usually aren't massive, but LPDDR6 support alone could make the Pro model feel like a completely different class. Now, let's talk phones. Which devices are expected to use this chip? According to leaks, the standard Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 could appear in the Samsung Galaxy S27, Galaxy S27 Plus, the OnePlus 16, Xiaomi 18, iQOO 16, and the Redmagic 12 series. And honestly, those phones are probably going to be absolute performance monsters, especially gaming phones. I'm really curious to see what Redmagic does with this chip, because cooling technology is becoming super important now. Raw power alone isn't enough. The phone that controls heat best will probably win. And here's the scary thing. This is only the beginning. Apple is also expected to launch 2nm chips. MediaTek is also moving to 2nm. So the smartphone chip war in late 2026 could become absolutely insane. We're probably entering the biggest mobile performance jump we've seen in years. Better efficiency, desktop-level speeds, more powerful AI, better gaming, faster storage, better thermals. If these leaks are true, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 might end up being one of Qualcomm's biggest upgrades ever. But honestly, the thing I'm most excited about is seeing whether Qualcomm can finally balance performance and heat properly. Because if they do, Android phones in 2027 are going to feel completely different.